Welcome to another edition of the Royal Alliance UK podcast. I'm Matt Turner alongside Anthony Fitzpatrick, and hopefully Steve Collins will be joining us shortly, although is having a problem with his Zoom at the moment. We are about to start breaking down Alim McNeill's tape out of NC State, our newly minted nose tackle taken in the third round of the 2021 NFL Draft. Ant's been the one delving deep into it, so I'm going to hand over to him. Ant.
Yeah, thanks for that, Matt. God, it's weird we're already on the third weekend of these things, isn't it? It doesn't seem like a minute ago since we were planning what to do for these, and we're already on our second to last weekend.
It is absolutely crazy, man. I can't believe it. It's gone very quickly because we've packed in a lot of material in a short space of time, I think.
I think that's the thing, and we've had to learn very hard how to try and discern this tape like the pros do very quickly, but I think we've had some good feedback about it. So anyhow, we'll go again. So yeah, as Matt says, today we're going to be taking a look at our nose tackle, Alim McNeill. This is a guy who, if you don't know, I'm really excited about, and I'm predicting to be probably one of the best rookies we have this year if he's utilised properly and can just improve on the little facets of his games that he needs to and plays to his strengths, which we're going to see a lot of. But I'm just going to go through a little bit about him firsthand, some of his stats, the position he plays, what we're going to be looking for on the tape, and then we're going to look through two games today. First, they're going to be playing Miami, Florida, and then we're going to have them playing against Liberty, in which we also get to see a little bit of Malik Willis, who, if you were with us the other day, was the guy we picked out to have a really good year at quarterback and possibly be on the Lions. And I noticed someone came up with that really good graphic of him in the Lions uniform. Was it you who retweeted that?
Yeah, I think so. It looks so good.
I assumed it was you when we did that. I thought it's got to be either him or Ryan because, one of them will have found it. But anyhow, I digress. So we're going to move on with Alim McNeill anyhow. So as said, he's from the North Carolina State Wolfpack. Believe he was the only guy to be drafted from that team this year. We picked him in round 3, pick 72. So his stats for the Wolfpack: he played 32 games. He got 36 solo tackles, 41 assisted tackles, 17 and a half tackles for loss, 10 sacks, 1 interception, which ended up in a pick 6, 2 forced fumbles, and a fumble recovery. He's 2020, played 11 games, 6 solo tackles, 19 assisted tackles, 4.5 tackles for loss, 1 sack. He got that interception and pick 6 against Virginia, I believe it was, and he got a forced fumble and a fumble recovery. Now, may not sound like the most flashy numbers in the world, but as we're going to go on here, McNeill's game is more than just about getting the flashy sacks, the tackles for loss, etc. He really does bring a hell of a lot to the table here. So he's a nose tackle, as I've said, just to quickly go over that for anyone who might not be familiar. That means that he's on the defensive line. He aligns up at the zero tech position, which is right opposite the center, and it's considered to be the most physically demanding position in football. You're not just battling up against the center. You've got his guards either side who are frequently going to double team you. You get through them. You've got the running backs. You've got the fullbacks. There are a lot of players you have to deal with. So you have to be physically dominant in the position and really strong. Usually they'll be the heaviest guy on a team because they need to be. They need to be beefy. They need to have that strength in them. And usually they'll be on the shorter side to allow, to get themselves leverage on the O-line. Usually you would expect them to find them no higher than 6'3". McNeill's 6'2", 320 pounds, so he's on the bigger side. He's 21 years old. His height's not an issue here. He's at a good height and he is able to get plenty of leverage on guys. His job primarily is to do a lot of the dirty work, as I've said. So he'll get in there, he'll take on a lot of double teams, he'll allow opportunities for his teammates to get to the quarterback, get to the runners. And, that's one of the primary things of a nose tackle. So again, don't maybe worry about some of the lesser numbers when it comes to interceptions, sacks, etc., because that is not necessarily all of his job. So what are we looking for on tape from a nose tackle, really? What do we really want to see from him? So you want to see strength, as I've said, as a base thing. He's going to get double teamed a lot. It's going to be a lot of, it's going to be really crowded there in the middle. He's got to have the strength to be able to burst free, get through to the quarterback, get through to the running back. So you're looking for that there. You're looking for endurance. I mean, it's going to take a toll every single game, every single snap, sorry. You're going to be locking up with someone. You're going to be in a physical battle. You've got to have the physical endurance to be able to go through a full game with this. So you want to be looking towards the tape towards the end. Is he slowing down or is he still able to go? Because if he's still able to go, that's what you need, especially if you're on game-saving drives, etc. You need that guy who's going to be able to step up and still be going right at the end of the game. You're looking for explosion off the line. Obviously, you need to be able to get a jump on offensive linemen to be able to get through to the quarterback quickly. Put some pressure on him, because if you don't, you're just going to get bogged down and you're never going to get anywhere. And you're also looking for good hands. So your hand skills while you're grappling, the ability to engage, disengage, you need to see that from him as well, because quite often on occasion, you will need to disengage from a guy on the line if the play takes a turn and you've suddenly got to think on the fly. And probably moving into that, you need the leverage skills as well. That maybe goes in with hands, but you want to be able to see him get leverage on guys to be able to get past them and get to where he needs to go. And also, you want to see disruption there. You want to see him disrupting that line, getting the O-line out of all sorts again to be able to let his teammates be able to go in and take advantage of this. So there are a few of the things that you're looking for. Can he do this? Are you seeing flashes of it? Can it be developed? And is he going to be, a great player for us? Which I believe is going to be. So we're going to move on to the tape now. Now, this isn't the greatest. We got 3 games given to us this year: Liberty, Miami, and North Carolina. And they're not the flashiest games, like I say, in terms of seeing him sack the quarterback, get pressures there. So I've had to be very, very discerning on some of these plays. I've gone through it about 3 times already, trying to pick up little bits all the time. So we're going to go with it and, enjoy. So,
hello, Steve.
Steve's here. Hi, Steve.
How are we doing? I'm looking forward to seeing this with Ant, our resident tape dog.
I've had to try very hard for this, so hopefully we've done well. So we've got the full Miami tape and then most of the Liberty one. So let me just get to my first notes on the... Oh my God, how many pages have I got?
Hopefully you can all see that fine.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. So this is the start of the Miami game. So just for reference, their quarterback is Derek King. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. You may have seen the name. He's been getting a lot of love on social media lately, and maybe a quarterback in contention at the end of this year if he has a good one. So he's up against a good caliber quarterback here. So we'll roll this first tape. We'll roll this first piece of footage in a minute. Now, this first play, this is one of my favorite things I like to see about Alim McNeill, and where I think he's going to be really good for the Lions this year. This is going to be a tackle on the running back for no gain. You're going to see him get leverage on the center. He's going to throw him down to the ground, and then as soon as he's done that, he's going to latch onto the running back like a limpet mine, bring him straight down. So you want to roll the tape on this one. We need someone like this who can stop the running back in his tracks after throwing an offensive lineman aside. So we just didn't do it enough last year. So you'll see him in the middle there, and he's just going to completely dominate that center, get across, get on the running back, bring him down. No harm, no foul. Just look at the leverage he gets on him. He's quick off the line, and the center has a horrid game against him in this one. Look, down he goes. He's got the running back swallowed. In you go.
Just collapses him, doesn't he?
Yeah, and that's in a red zone situation nearly as well. Look how close they are to the goal line. It's even harder to be able to contain there.
That's Snacks Harrison-like, that is.
It is. I mean, it's just a beautiful play to see. This is. Have you just gone back on it? So yeah, up he gets, down he goes, straight on, no hesitation. And the one thing about McNeill is when he gets his hands on you, you ain't going nowhere. There are no broken tackles. You are simply gonna, you're going to ground. You're not going anywhere.
He's looking for the tackle straight away, isn't he? Like the reaction speed in between is like awesome.
So here again, he's going to swat the center aside after a bit of initial grappling. You're going to see the hand use is great, and he's going to help to flush the quarterback out to the sidelines. Unfortunately, a penalty is going to kill the play, but that doesn't take aside from what McNeill does here. So again, center is going to get absolutely bullied and he's going to flush the quarterback out wide. Out he goes. Two of them are chasing him out wide. Unfortunately, there's a lot of flags on this secondary for this.
I mean, the QB should be running a lot faster than the nose tackle, but McNeill's actually keeping up with him.
Yeah, and this is where, you're not going to see so many sacks from him. He's not a natural pass rusher because of it's just his size. But what he's going to do is he's going to help. He's helping flush him out there. So the quicker guys, there you go, out he goes. But I mean, just look at what he does to the center. If you go back, he just tosses him aside, and it's a great use of hands on there. So, are we on the next play now?
No, this is the same one again.
All right. So watch his use of hands. He just swats the center straight aside. Off he goes, down, gets across. He just chucks him 2 linemen across, and he's straight after the quarterback. They say he's not the quickest guy in the world, but this is a guy who's a team player. He'll assist in these plays, and he'll help. He'll help his teammates get opportunities. But as is not for the first time, you're going to see a flag which is going to ruin the play for them. So this is going to go straight in for a touchdown. The center is going to hold him up pretty well this time. He's going to grapple well, nullify McNeill, and the pass is going to go in. But it's not for want of trying. He's made 2 really good plays in the red zone here, and a flag's just ruined it.
He still gets a bit of penetration, though, even though he's held up.
He does. The center grapples better, but this is what you want to, and this is what a lot of these plays, especially when he has nothing really to do with them, I'm still going to focus on him because you want to see what his strength's like in beating offensive linemen. You want to see his techniques. So what are we on here? 4th play. So again, you're going to see the leverage skills on show. He's going to beat a double team, and he's going to push the center straight aside. He's going to outmuscle the right guard, and he's almost going to break up the pass. He's not going to quite get there in time, but you're going to see the leverage skills to beat a double team, and also the corner makes an incredibly good tackle here. It's well worth watching. Just look at the strength he uses to get through.
Amazing power splitting them.
But look at that tackle. That's the thing of beauty, that is. I had to sit and admire that for a minute. But yeah, just look at the leverage he gets on these guys. The explosion off the line. He's a step in front of them, and they just can't handle him.
It is worth mentioning he's got a quicker 10-yard split than the guy we're going to profile later on in Levi Onwuzurike, who's famed for his first step, but Alim is actually faster.
Look at that. He gets on the outside of the corner and then just leverages himself past the guard, and he's not far from breaking that pass up. It's an incredibly display of strength from him. This is the sort of disruption you want to see from your nose tackle.
I think he's about 30 pounds heavier than Onwuzurike.
Yeah,
he's 320. So he's
I think Onwuzurike is like 295. So
he's a big guy, but he doesn't seem like it at the time. Now, moving on to the next group of plays, he's had a lot of success up to now. But now you're going to see Miami start paying him a lot more attention, and the QB is going to start throwing out the ball very quickly to try and stop any pressure on him. But we're going to look, he's not going to really have much of an impact on some of these plays, but we're going to look at his technique, see how he handles the line here. So on this play, he's double teamed up. He's going to grapple well with the center. He's going to put in a lot of effort there, but the left guard's going to come in and stick a hit on him and move him away from the runner. But this is going to happen from time to time. You just see there, the little hit just pushes him a little away from where the run's going, but it doesn't go anywhere anyhow. And the one thing you'll never see from McNeill, there's one play in all these 2 tapes where he gets taken to the ground. That's it. People cannot knock him off his feet or bully him. Are we on the next one now?
Yeah.
All right. Right, so on this one, again, he's going to beat the center. He's going to get to the outside of him, but the QB is going to throw this really quickly. If he has to hold on for it, even for a couple of seconds, then McNeill will be in play. But again, you're looking at his ability to beat the center, beat the offensive lineman, and he does that again.
Every time just powering him into the backfield, isn't he?
Exactly. The throw's just too quick for him to be able to do anything, but just look at the raw strength on show. The centre, he gets to the outside, and the centre's lost him for all intents and purposes. If he's waiting another second, he could break up that pass, or he could be pressuring the QB. This time the screen pass is thrown in less than 2 seconds. I timed it at. He's no chance to get involved in his triple team, so we can go straight through this one. That's what I mean. He's had some initial success, and they just, here we go, in, out. Even a guy who's got a clear shot at him's not able to get at the QB in time.
Yeah, I read. I think when he was drafted and in his first interview, he mentions quite specifically how his production in 2020 was diminished because he's always been double teamed after his 2019 season.
You're going to get sick of me using the term double team in this, but yes, he does all the time. Is this the next one?
Yeah.
I need to try. But yeah, I'd say 90% of the plays we see of him here, he's going to get double teamed, but that's not going to stop him getting success. And he still creates opportunities for his teammates. This one, not really going to see much from McNeill here, but this is a really weird trick play. 4 of the O-linemen from the left tackle to the right guard, they belly flop and they go low on the defensive line. It's really weird. It's just like they're all doing a belly flop. Then the quarterback's going to do a screen pass to the running back, who's then going to reverse pass the throw to the quarterback, and it's going to get shut down. Honestly, it's weird. Just roll it. I've never seen this. It's just like Simon says, do a belly flop, and it's just like I get they're going low on them, but it just looks weird as fuck. I don't think I've ever seen. You see it once more later when one guy does it, but not 4 of them, and then the right tackle's just like, "What the hell, guys? I don't know what that is."
Greco-Roman wrestling move.
I think I can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to kind of feign that they're out of the game by flopping, so they hope the rest of the D-line flood to the ball, and then when they get up on the reverse screen, that they're in front of the quarterback on a run. I can see what they're trying to do.
Well, my initial thought was that if you go low and you hit them, then obviously you're going to get tripped up because it's just an awkward position to try and get out of. But anyhow, this next play, you're going to see him get double teamed. Again, you're going to hear me say this a lot. He grapples well with the center and he eventually beats the center, but the running back's going to come in and put a hit on him, which prevents him from gaining any momentum to get into the quarterback. But again, just look at the pure strength with the center. This is the sort of stuff we want to look at on these plays, his ability to win. And again, he does, and this center requires help. Look at that, bang, hits there. There's nothing he can do about it. Throws out quite quick anyhow, but they're very aware of him. The fact that the running backs had to go up and put in a hit on him because the center's struggling with him yet again. One time gets to the edge, throws him off, running back. It's good hit in fairness, good pass protection.
The quarterback is dropping back a fair way to almost take him out of the game.
Exactly, and these are the little things that I didn't see first time when I was trying to work out, because if you just go through this first, then it doesn't look like he has much of an impact, but when you stop and you really analyze these plays, you just see how much he does. Now, this is a bit of a long one, so just bear with me. Right, so this is quite clever from him. He's going to get double teamed by the center and the right guard. But what the right guard does is he gives him a shove and he uses this momentum to get to the left-hand side of the center. Now he's going to go around the edge. He's going to get swallowed up by the left tackle. But however, I want you to watch the quarterback because the quarterback sees him coming round the outside, which forces him into leaving the pocket. And that's going to push him into 2 other pass rushers who are going to force him to make a really quick throw, which is too quick for the receiver and is dropped. So there's a lot to take in here, but you're going to see him get pushed to the outside to the left, but you're going to see the quarterback see him and panic and leave the pocket. It's maybe not so obvious, but you'll see it here. He gets pushed, he'll go out wide, and you'll see the quarterback see him coming round, and that's when he goes out wide. So there's the push, and he uses it to get round the outside, and you just see that glance. He has to reset himself, and by the time he does, more rushers are coming in. He has to move again, and he throws the pass too quick. Now,
I mean, he's pushed the offensive line back about 8 yards there.
yeah, that's what I mean. And he was very clever because he got shoved, but he used that momentum to take himself round the edge. And because he did that, that QB had to reset himself. And in resetting himself, he just gets rushed by other guys. So McNeill's not really had it doesn't look like he has much of an impact on that play, but when you stop and look at it, actually he has. You just see that little glance, you see that reset, and it just means the pass is too quick because the QB is panicking. First one here, first time you're going to see him playing 3 tech, well, 3 or 2. He does a lovely change of direction to get down the middle, and you'll see McNeill and number 19 put pressure on the QB, who's going to throw an incomplete pass. But once again, you're going to see a flag ruin the play, and they're going to lose that effort they've done there. But he's at the 3 tech. He's going to juke inside, and him and the guy to the right of him are going to put pressure on the QB, forcing him to make the incomplete throw. In he goes.
Big pressure.
Yeah, from 2 of them. Unfortunately, this secondary get more flags than Green Bay do when they've paid refs. So, hey-ho, there's a lot. But just look at that change of direction. In he goes, straight through, and there's 2 of them putting pressure on him.
I don't really get how that's a flag because the ball's uncatchable.
Exactly. But again, it's part of a team effort, and that's at the 3 tech position. So it's nice to see that he has ability out there as well. If we drop to some of our base formations out the initial 3-4, obviously you don't see too much of this.
So the 3 tech on the right is going to crash down and try and take out the center and the right guard to allow Alim to kind of come in between center and left guard. That's the plan, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've just put that in the... I've tried to do my best with the highlighting for that, but let's see if that rings true.
So 3 tech is lining up on the outside shoulder of the guard.
Yeah. So I'll try and highlight this actually now. You guys won't be able to see it, but we'll be able to see it on YouTube. So 0 techs hit here. The 1 techniques are there.
Yeah.
2 techniques here. 3 techniques are there. That's 4. 5 is here, and so on and so forth.
But for such a big guy, what you want to admire here is the lovely change of direction on a dime. It looks like he's going straight at the guard, and then bang, he's through a gap in the middle. It's really promising to see. So up he goes, change of direction, little
really
stutter.
Quick feet.
There he goes. 2 guys put pressure on, forces the QB to throw quite high and wide, but unfortunately, the secondary balls it up for them.
Yeah, that's really impressive. And it's an understated movement. It's not like he's really shifting quickly with his legs. It's a couple of short steps.
Yeah, and then he puts the gas on when he sees the gap.
So when you talk about receivers, they can kind of, when they're making their break, kind of glide into it a bit, and that's kind of harder to pick up. Or they can have a really sharp movement, which can either throw people off, but it's kind of obvious that they're doing it and can attract a player to it. And that's almost similar to that. That isn't someone taking a massive step to the right and then trying to burst through. That's a couple of short little steps and make it an understated sort of hard to pick up movement. It's interesting.
Exactly. You don't think a 320-pound guy is going to do that. Now again, this is another example of my favourite part. Again, he's going to physically dominate the centre. He's going to break free from him, and he's going to get an assisted tackle, taking down the running back. I just love to see these plays from him, because we need someone who's a run stuffer. In he goes, comes around the back, gets hands on him, down they go. Again, he's beaten an offensive lineman. He's had to come from behind to get the runner. Again, this is a 320-pound guy. He goes round the outside. In he goes. He's always looking at the running back. Eyes aren't off him, and he helps bring him down.
It's terrific two-gapping technique, actually. So we're going to highlight Alim here. He's going to drive him into the backfield, and he's going to actually keep his eyes to the right-hand side of him, just like, I am not letting you get through there. But he doesn't actually burst through that hole, because then he's going to lose contain for the left-hand gap. So he stops him going right, which forces him out to the left, and then he's actually able to get off the block and make the tackle to the left-hand side. If I slow this down, you'll see exactly what I mean.
Yeah, I love this ability, how he engages and then he disengages. Look, disengages, off he goes.
And then once the running back's got past him, he still recovers and keeps working to the ball, which is really, it's so
Yeah.
important, and it's something that people don't do. Once they think the ball's gone past them, some people just give up.
Exactly, and it's one of the harder things for linemen to. You need good hands to be able to say engage and disengage. If the offensive lineman gets you in a grapple and you can't get away from him, you know, you're done for. But he constantly shows time and time again the ability to engage and disengage when he needs to. Now, these next 3 plays we can sort of just go through. He's going to be double teamed by the center and the left guard every single time. But notice he battles really hard. It's just, he's not really given much of a chance on the plays. You'll see he'll grapple with the center. The left guard come in and put a hit on him, taking him out the path of the throw. There's not much he can do in these, but in fairness, the coverage is pretty good. So
I think the thing to look at here is that he's quite light on his feet. He's on his toes, kind of leaning forward without being unbalanced. So he gets penetration there.
He does, but the quarterback rolls. I mean, yeah, this is what I look. My notes are he battles hard on all 3 of these plays. He's just not able to get there, but it's just because the double team just prevents him. But I mean, that's both the guards taking him on. Then the right guard has to come across to contain him with the left guard. So even though he's not getting there, he's causing disruption on that line, and disruption is the thing you want to see. That O-line's having to adjust constantly to trying to contain him. Again, he's got 2 guys and he's pushing them back there. Now, I mean, that's, again, I didn't really see much wrong with that, but another flag's in.
No, he tackles him. He tackles him at the ankles before he's got the ball.
Oh, yeah. That's a split second, that is. But again, the centre and left guard getting pushed back now. Stop this one, because I believe we're back onto. Oh, no, wait. You can go through this. Again, centre and left guard doubled up on him. But again, strength-wise, he's a handful. He's always going forwards. That he's never dominated and pushed backwards. Yeah. One thing I've noticed in this, very, very few people are able to match him up.
I kind of thought that he might resemble, do you remember Nagata, who played a couple of seasons for the Lions, but was really dominant before? I think he was injured when he played for us a lot, but he was awesome for the Eagles. And I thought he was kind of going to be like that, but I think he's quicker and he's got better hands.
Haloti Natter was amazing. I love him.
So here you're going to see him start at 3 tech, but then he's going to shift into nose tackle. He's double teamed, but he beats the center. But the throw gets away a bit early, and it's a really good catch in fairness. But again, watch his ability to beat the lineman. The center, he dominates again. He gets on the outside, gets to the QB, but throws out. Really good contorted body catch, that is. But just look how he pushes him. He'll come inside now. They'll change the scheme last second. He'll get round the left-hand side, push him back, and he'll get a run at the quarterback. Out he goes. He's got the leverage on him. Unfortunately, the throw just gets away too early. But you're seeing the tangible skills he needs to play nose tackle. He's just bullying this center. This is going to be another quick screen pass. Again, they're just trying to get it out quick because of the pressure they're bringing on the quarterback. And it comes, out it goes. It's not a very good screen pass.
Gets the first down
pretty quickly. Yeah. He doesn't really do much here. The center does just enough, but I mean, even if he's running at full pelt with no center there, he's not going to be able to stop that. So,
yeah, I've just looked it up. Nagata was 6'4" and 340 pounds, so maybe not the best comparison.
Well, I mean, he's 6'2", so he's not. I mean, I was reading obviously that 6'3" is probably the big height. There's 2 guys who've played 6'5" and won Super Bowls with nose tackles, but they're not very many examples of the tall guys. Meshing out a big career there because it's the pad level. It's a bit of a pain for them. This one here, you're going to see him fight to get to the outside again, but ball's going to be long gone by the time he gets there. The defensive line aren't getting much help from the secondary here. There's not much in the terms of blitzing, so they're getting left to their own devices. But again, you're going to see him fight to the outside.
Yeah, Snacks was 6'3".
See, he gets around the outside there, but pass has gone. like I say, they're not getting any help from the linebacker. They'll drop into coverage. So there's only so much you can do there. He grapples, he gets to the edge. So
yeah. But they've bought the quarterback enough time to throw, haven't they?
Yeah. So you can't really say much about those plays, but again, you're just looking at what he's doing, and he's beating his man there, and that's all he can do in that given situation. So you've got to give props to him there. Where are we? You're going to see another example similar again. He's going to be battling with the left guard this time. Again, you're going to see him pushing back into the pocket, but QB's going to get the pass away in time. Again, another example of getting on a guy, bullying him back into the pocket. It's what you want to see on plays he's not affecting. So there you go. Left guard, can't deal with him. He's going back. If that quarterback has to go to a second read, then he's potentially in trouble with him.
I think this is really cool, actually. I think he kind of feigns at the centre and then dashes at the left guard, which is really cool.
But yeah, you just got to see the left guard cannot contain him. And say if King has to go to his second read here, he's in trouble. See, he's got the leverage on him, pass has gone though. But again,
quick sidestep.
Yeah. Again, they're passing really quick just so he hasn't got the chance. At 320, he's got to... Where are we here? Right, this is the only time you're going to see McNeill go to ground. The right guard here is going to make the play on him. He's going to be grappling with the centre. The right guard's going to come in and put a hit on him. But no, it's just before he's about to. McNeill's about to beat the centre. Again, he's got the leverage on him, but the right guard just comes and gives him a shove. But it's the only time you'll see him go to ground on this tape.
I just heard a ding, and I have no idea what it is. What was
Not
that?
on my end.
The voice is inside your head again, Matt.
It might be. I think it's either something from Twitch or from YouTube, but I have no idea. No, it's fine. Thanks for the sub, Geometry Dash Madness. That's cool. Cheers. All right, here we go.
So yeah, you're going to see him dominate the centre, but the right guard's going to come in. Down he goes. But that's the only time you're going to see him get taken to ground, which is a really outstanding feature about him. He's so hard to take down. Let's say you'll note he's beaten the centre. Look, he's out the outside of the centre, and the right guard just comes and sticks a hit on him. But again, you're looking at the one-on-one there, and he's won. He's completely won, and he's focused on the QB. But he just doesn't see the right guard coming to lay a hit on him.
And do you think because he started out, I know he was a running back briefly, but he played quite a bit at linebacker, I think, at high school. Do you think that's probably where some of this kind of technique comes from?
You can see it. You can see it in his change of direction. You can see it in little bits like that way. I think he has garnered little aspects of the game there, and it helps him to a great degree. I mean, he's got all sorts in his arsenal. You're going to see some great spin moves and that. He's got the spin move in his locker, which again, for a guy his size, he makes it look effortless. But right, we're going to see here. So this is going to be a good play, both from Alim McNeill and also the running back. So the running back's going to see a gap, but McNeill's going to shut it down after beating the centre. So he does his job there. But the running back's got great feet here. You're going to see him change direction, find a second gap. He's only going to get a short game, but for McNeill's purpose, he beats the centre and he shuts down the running back's first lane that he goes to, and that's really all he can do on this play. You see he beats it. See that change of direction there? He has to change last second because McNeill shut the running lane down, and it's actually fairly impressive from the running back. You'll see it even better here. He beats the centre, shuts down the running lane. Look where the running back there, gap, no, wait, McNeill's there. He has to stutter step back in, which is quite good, and he gets a really short gain. But
the centre actually does quite well. Yeah,
you're seeing what you want to see from him here. You want to see again the strength, grappling with the O-lineman, but he's shutting down the running lane, and it's just a really good set of feet that stop that from being a tackle for loss. But McNeill's really strong there, and he does his job getting the lane shut down. Are we on the next play now?
We are on the next play, but just to say, the centre recovers there and kind of creates the lane for him because Alim's committed to a gap. Now, he shut the gap down, but I guess it relies then on a linebacker coming in and realising that that's the hole. which happens.
Yeah.
So the play
But I
works.
think, but I think with it happening in a split second, I think it would have been very hard for him to change direction and shut the second lane down as well.
Yeah.
For me, I've seen the initial lane down, and I like that there. But where are we? I love this play. This is a really good show of strength from him here. So you're going to see him take a really big hit from the left guard early on, and you think it takes him out the play, but the guard just can't shift it. You think he's going down, but somehow he manages to get the guard, contain him, and the running back's going for a gap, thinking that that guard's going to shift him. And in the end, the running back's just going to run straight into the guard that McNeill's holding up whilst he's getting tackled, so he can't escape it. But I mean, just look at the strength from this. Look at the hit he takes, and yet he still keeps that running lane shut. Left guard's going to put a big hit on him here. You'll see it better from the backfield, but look, bang, hit, still gets him. Running back comes in. You'll see it better from the backfield view. But just, you might have to watch it a couple of times, but look at the first hit and you think he's out the play, but he's not. Bang, hit.
Oof.
Holds him. Running back runs into the guard because McNeill's still holding him up. He's expecting a gap to be there. If you just run it back a bit quiet, he stutter steps outside, then he comes back in. And he's getting tackled, but he can't escape it because he runs into the guard. Look at that. He gets a bit tackled, but there's the guard. He's got nowhere to go. But I mean, that first hit McNeill takes, and he's just like, nah. He's grappling with him, and he holds him there.
That put most people out of the play.
That's just a tremendous, tremendous show of strength, and that's exactly the sort of thing that you're looking for.
Never mind that. He shows quick feet to almost actually swim the hit, which looks like it's going to hit him, but he manages to shift his body weight. It's not only strength, but it's balance as well.
Yeah, I mean, when you first see him get hit, you think, God, he's going down. But yeah, like you say, he just swims through it. And he holds him up, and there's no room for the guard. And this is in a close to the red zone situation, so that's critical. The ability to keep those running lanes shut so they can't run on you. But right, next play. You're going to see him beat the left guard, but he's not going to be really close enough to the play to affect it. But just look at him and the guard as opposed to the play on a whole on this one. Again, you'll just see him dominate him, and he gets free, but play's gone the other direction. Not a great deal he can do there, but just watch him with the guard. You'll see him break through the gap. There he goes, grappling, shoves him aside, he's gone. If that play carries on going in that direction, then he's in play with it, but they shift back. Not a great deal you can do with that one, but again, good to see him beating the guard there. Next play, where are we? Right. Hang on, just bear with me a sec, because I've got a long paragraph for this one. Right. So here, you're going to see another double team, and it's a very effective double team on him. But the quarterback is going to try and run in a little lane that's developed just to the left-hand side of it. You're going to see McNeill again be able to disengage, and what he's going to do is he's going to shut down that running lane, and the QB is going to be forced to the outside into the waiting outside linebacker who's going to take him down. So again, he doesn't have a direct part in this play, but because of he takes the double team, he shuts the running lane down, and you'll see the the outside linebacker just ready to put a big hit on the QB. So there you can see double team. Quarterback goes to run, disengages, forces him out, bang, down he goes. Steve, go on.
Just looking at all these bits of tape as well. I mean, North Carolina are basically playing 3-3-5 on everything. But again, you can see in this play, like there's no linebacker pressure, there's no linebackers blitz, and they all drop back. So he's in fact 3 against 5 on this.
Exactly, and this is the thing I like so much. You'll see the double team, but his ability to break clear of it. I mean, he could easily get held in there and taken out the play, but because of his hand usage, he gets free, and you can roll it. The quarterback will see him, and he'll have to shift out wide, and the outside linebacker's just waiting for him. So look, double team. It's a very effective double team. He's getting nowhere, but then he disengages. Out he goes, outside linebacker, straight in, good tackle. And that's what I mean. He creates opportunities for his teammates to go and put in hits like that on him. And that's one of the things I like most about him. So it's great to see, especially as Steve says, with so little help from his team initially. Here again, he's going to get double teamed. It's going to be effective, but you can see they're struggling to cope with his strength. But in fairness, this one's a really good throw from King.
Good catch too.
But you'll see it from the back view more. I think it's the left guard and the centre he takes, or the left tackle and the left guard. It's one of the two, but they're struggling to contain him. And there's a fullback in here as well. Look at that. He almost starts to spin, but he's getting through the centre of them and putting pressure and forcing them back.
I mean, even the left tackle was struggling to hold him, and he's got to be the best defender on the team.
Exactly. And you just see example of this time after time after time after time as he's able to do this. Right, so this next play, it's a touchdown. So you're going to see him flat out beat a double team, and he's going to absolutely ruin the centre in the process. And he really comes close to getting a sack on this one. Now, maybe this is where his speed possibly might hinder him a little. Like I say, he might not get the most sacks, but 320 pounds, he's not going to be the fastest guy there. But it's a really good play from him personally. And again, it's just an example of his strength. He's getting double teamed all the time, but just watch. He's going to ruin the centre and the double team here. Look at that. Through he gets. Just if he had a yard more, could he have got to the quarterback? It's a good throw. But just watch how he ruins the offensive lineman here. It's just a beauty to see. Up he goes. Explosion. Tries to push him. Nah, I'm coming through. Puts pressure on the QB, and it's a really good throw in fairness. He's under pressure, and he drops it on a dime in the end zone there.
I want to watch that back just at real time just to see that again.
Look at that. He gets a shove. He's round the edge. That centre just cannot deal with him. Right, where are we here? So, again, another double team. We're going to get centre and the right guard ganging up on him this time. You're going to see the quarterback try and run past it, but again, McNeill's going to disengage, and you're going to see him stick out a big arm. He's going to grab the quarterback and bring him down. This, for me, is a tremendous play because he's getting double teamed, and he only sticks one arm out. Quarterback ain't going nowhere. He's got him. That double team, quarterback tries to go, arms out, brings him down. You'll see it better from the rear view. But just, so again, a fairly effective double team, but just watch him disengage and stick his arm out and grab the quarterback. There we go. Arms out, gets him, down he goes. And he's still actually grappling with the center when he's grabbing onto the quarterback. I mean, it's freakishly athletic strength, this is. To be able to beat off a double team like that whilst bringing a quarterback down on the run. I mean, yeah, I love it. If you go on to the next play now.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one's going to be a run play. You're going to see him. He's going to, again, absolutely dominate the center. He's going to push him right back into the pocket. And he so nearly is able to take out the running back with the center. Again, this running back's got really good feet and he somehow manages to avoid it. But the disruption that McNeill's causing on this offense is he's just causing so much of it. But just watch this. The running back has to proper change direction to not get taken out by the center. He just dominates him. Look, dominates back. You know, that's really good feet to not get taken out by that. But just look how far he pushes him into the backfield. Up he goes, up he goes, up he goes. It looks even better from here. How does that running back avoid it? A lesser running back, and he's running straight into a double block for a tackle for loss. I mean,
that's great use of leverage. It really is.
It is. The explosion off the line just to get the better of him. It's just amazing to see. And it's only the running back's ability to avoid situations like that stops it from being a big play for them. So where are we at now?
Just
so
while you're
Oh, sorry, go on.
No, it's all right. Just to say, if you are watching live, thank you so much for doing that. We really appreciate you. Hit that like, subscribe, the bell button so you know when we're going live. Really appreciate everyone who's here. Thanks. Sorry. Cheers, Ant.
That's all right, don't worry. Right, so I think we're on a 3rd and 1 situation now. Now, they're not going to stop them from getting it. They do get it by a couple of yards. But again, and I know you're going to get fed up with me saying this, but McNeill's going to engage the centre, disengage, take down the runner. Again, this is just so many examples of this happening. Unfortunately, just not in time to stop the 3rd and 1, but still, he brings him down. Off he goes, disengages, gets an arm on him, down he goes.
That's textbook, isn't it?
I mean, he might, yeah. I mean, he might not be going far anyhow, but I want to see that from my nose tack. I want to see as fewer yardages as possible. Look, centre just can't deal with him. He breaks off. It's so quick. 1 second, he's grappling with both hands with the centre. The next, he's got the running back and bringing him down. His hands are so quick. And the running back's just not going anywhere.
There we go. So my annotation has just decided to screw up. Hang on. Is it going to work now? No, or not? Alright, let's see if I can annotate on screen share. So, you'll be able to see this now. So, got Alim in the middle here. Going to drive into the backfield, but the centre's actually going to shift slightly to the right. So, Alim's going to have the right hand gap as a kind of like a, I'm forcing you to not be hit, and he still manages to release and get the tackle to the left-hand side. Being able to do that is really hard. All right, let's... Drives him to the right, but still manages to tackle with the left. Like, if you're going up against a world-class centre, you shouldn't be able to do that. But I think Alim's going to be having good success even against the best with that.
I mean, to be fair, he's getting a new centre at Green Bay. I don't think the Bears one's that good. I mean, the level of centre in this league is not the highest. So there's every chance he's going to be able to have opportunities there. But again, just most players here, even if he's not involved, you're seeing something positive about him. Now, where was I? We've just done the 3rd and 1. Okay, you're going to see him get double teamed here again by the centre and the left guard. But the left guard's going to be a little bit naughty, go behind him and drag him back. I don't think this is a very entirely legal double team, but they're trying to find, he doesn't want to face him head on, so he goes behind him and pulls him back, stops him getting involved in the play. See how he just gives him a little tug when he goes behind? Well, probably not the best use of words, but he just gives him a little pull as he goes behind him.
We know what you meant, and
look, you see how he just pulls him there?
I mean, given the play design, it's so unnecessary.
Exactly, but he's just trying to relieve the pressure on that centre. Just gives them a little pull there, and there we go. Right, next page. Bloody hell, I've got so many notes on this. Right, so again, you're going to see him beat the left guard, and him and Zero, who is lined up, I believe, just to the left-hand side of him. We'll double check when we go from the rear view. They're going to put pressure on the quarterback, but he is going to get it away successfully. But again, you're going to see an example of him beating an offensive lineman and trying to put pressure on the quarterback. Left guard beats him, 2 of them. Passes out quick, but you see how easy he beats his man there.
It's by design, though, isn't it, this one?
Zero's just to the right of him. But still, look how quick they are. They're right on him there. It's a good throw, in fairness, under pressure.
Actually, I've completely misinterpreted this play. I thought this was a screen pass with the O-line letting him through, but the left guard actually just loses him completely, doesn't he?
Yep, he just puts a hand out and swats him aside. The centre deliberately goes to the right, but look, there you go. Just a little slappity slap with his hands, and he's through. They just completely lose them both. But again, great to see him be able to do bits like that. He is quite quick. So if someone, even if he has to go to a second read, guy's in trouble. Now, where are we? Right, so this one is all about interpretation. I'm not sure whether this is me or not. I'll just stop it 1 sec while I go through. So you're going to see him beat the centre. He's going to get around the left side of their offensive line. Now, the quarterback's going to roll out to the right. I'm not sure if it's because of McNeill he gets flushed out. I think it possibly is because he's the only guy who's coming from round that way, and I think he sees him coming round there. But he's going to flush him out right, and there's going to be an incomplete pass as a result of that because he has to go to another read. The pass isn't good. But let's just take a look. Let's see what you think. He's going to beat the centre. He's going to go around the left. I think he flushes the quarterback out here, but look how he goes around the edge. Quarterback has a look, flushes him out.
Yeah,
Now
that's right.
That's down at my interpretation there. But again, just look how easy he beats his man on the line, and he's quick enough. He gets round the edge, and that quarterback has to roll out because there's no one else really putting pressure on from that direction.
Yeah, you can see him take a glance to the left, and then he immediately starts rolling out.
Yeah. So again, he has to readjust, look for another read, and he ends up throwing it well wide of the end zone. But just look, initial thing goes round the edge, flushes him out. He's under pressure. He throws a wayward pass.
Yeah, so that's definitely all about Alim.
Yeah. So again, he's not directly involved in the play, but indirectly, he's creating opportunities again for the other guys there to do so. Right. Oh God, where are we? 17-24. So he's going to get another double team, I believe, again on this one. I didn't put it precisely, but he's going to get round the centre and he's almost going to swat a pass out the air. He doesn't quite get there, but he gets in the passing lane, gets near to intercepting it. And I mean, at this point, we're starting to get later in the game now, and look at his energy. This is his endurance. He's still going, despite all these double teams, all these hits. He gets around the outside, so nearly gets the pass in the air. And this is a thing I'm going to highlight later. Sometimes when he's not involved on plays, if he can't get to the quarterback, he'll deliberately go looking for the passing lanes and he'll look where the quarterback's looking and try and get in the way, try and create interception opportunities.
And he did get an interception didn't he, in his last season?
Virginia, he got triple teamed, and then he couldn't get to the quarterback, so he got in the passing lane and he tipped it and took it back in for a big man touchdown. He ran about 20 yards as well. No one got to him. That was after getting triple teamed. So, I guess if we can put that in at the end, I don't know. But anyhow, where are we? Right, so this is going to be a run play. He's going to shake off the center again, and he's nearly going to get the running back, but he doesn't quite get to him. But again, beats the center flat out here. Center's there. He's really close. He gets taken down, but he's got to beat his man on the line first. But he's so close to getting because he has to go the long way round. And he comes in and he's so close to getting him, but thankfully there's someone there to cover. But again, he just beats the old lineman like he's not there. So we're on red zone defense now. Obviously, they're quite close. He's going to get double teamed yet again, but he's going to help his teammate take the running back down. So this is going to be an assisted tackle. Good piece of defense this is. There you go. You see him in there. First guy gets him. He comes in and helps, brings him down. You see how he drives him away from the line because the momentum's taking him forward, but he'll take him to the side so he doesn't get over the line. Look at that. Just see how he goes to the side there because he's going forward, but he gets in and he's like, nuh-uh, you ain't going towards the goal line. You're going sideways. We're down to about fourth. Hang on. Stop a sec.
So this is, I think, 3rd and 3, 7 down.
Yeah, I'm one play early. Sorry, I've given it away there. Right. So you're going to see a really explosive start from him here, and he's going to wreck the center again. But the running back takes an outside route this time. If he'd gone down the middle, he'd have wiped him clean out. But it's a really good stop on the goal line to stop him from getting over. He gets to the 1 yard line. But just again, watch the start. Watch how he wrecks the center. And this is what you need. A few yards away from your goal line, you need disruption on that O-line to cause them problems. Look at him. He just absolutely wrecks him. There. This tackle, bang. It's a great tackle to stop him on the 1 yard line. But just look at McNeill here with the centre and just look how he physically dominates him again.
Yeah, the QB can see that he's going to end up treading on his feet. So
he goes out wide. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why they deliberately go out wide. They're not going down the middle. They're not going through him. Look, that explosive start, he gets under him and he pushes him back past the 5 yard line. That's nearly a full 5 yards. He's pushed him back by the time that play's over.
All right.
So we're on 4th and 1 now. He's going to get so close to stuffing the runner here, but the centre, who's not been great, is just going to get a little nudge on him to take him away from it. It's a good piece of play by the centre, to be fair, but he really comes close to stopping him. Just there. That little nudge outright just stops him from getting to the running back. It's a shame, really, but there you go. He pushes him back. It's so close, but it's just that tiny little nudge. But, again, this is a really positive thing. This is red line defense, and he gets in there and he nearly creates the opportunity. It just as a little thing that stopped him from doing so. But for me, it's still good to see what he's doing in that situation. Right here, double teamed again. He's going to get taken away from the run. This is going to happen from time to time when you're double teamed so often. Sometimes.
Yeah, and just in terms of game situation now, Miami are 3 points in front with 2.5 minutes left in the game. So you should be expecting run here, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Even in the college game, they just want to kill clock, right? So
yeah, they're just going to double team him and they're going to effectively take him away from the run. Look, little lanes there. Doesn't get too far, but McNeill's taken out the play. They force him out to the left. You'll see him force him out left here. Just give him, there you go, one little push. Again, there isn't really a lot you can do about that, especially at the end of the game. He's lightly shattered by now, but he's still battling hard. You're going to see him. He's actually going to stuff the runner here. Centre can't handle him, and he's going to get a stop on the runner. Again, right at the end of the game, even when they're losing, he's still putting the effort in. And this is one of the big things you need to see from your nose tackle: endurance. And just watch his endurance still at the end of the game. He's just dominating. Got him, not going anywhere. Gives his team a chance.
Well, at the end of the day, this is the time where you need your nose tackle to stand up because the run is coming. You must stop it. And, if your nose tackle's tired at this point, game over. So it's really, really important.
For him to still stuff the run there is real good. And this is the last play of the game. It's going to be a quarterback run. McNeill breaks through the offensive line, but he gets pulled back twice trying to pursue the quarterback. And he gets the yardage he needs to. But again, just watch closely. You'll see him break the line, but watch him get pulled back. They're trying to stop him from getting to the quarterback. He just can't gain momentum. Look, pull again. Just little tugs on him, just stopping him from gaining any momentum. But look how he's still running. He's out there. This is the last play of the game, and he's still running out to the sidelines, giving everything. Now, do you want to know his final stats for that game? We've gone over all this. We've seen all this game he's done. He got 4 assisted tackles. That is what the stats show. And if you just look at that, you think, oh, God, he didn't have a very good game. But that's just simply not true. In there, you've seen just about everything you want to see from a nose tackle. You've seen, the raw strength in there. You've seen the endurance to go through to the end of the game. You've seen explosion off the line of scrimmage, putting offensive linemen under pressure. I mean, his leverage skills, his hands, the ability to engage, disengage, the disruption he causes on that line. You saw everything you want to see from a nose tackle in that situation. So for me, even though you just get meager stats on the board, I mean, that was an impressive game, was it not?
Yeah, it was consistent success.
Exactly. And and that Miami weren't the worst team last year. They're a decent side at college level. It's not like they're facing Duke or someone like that. That's a decent offense. It's not the best offensive line, but it's a decent offensive line. It's a good quarterback, if we're led to believe. So, the level of opposition isn't a bad thing in that either. He's done it against good opposition. So now we're going to see them play Liberty, and we get to see your favorite quarterback, Malik Willis. So we'll dive straight into this one. So first play, offensive line are going to win this one. It's going to be a double team. They're going to keep him away from the plate. He's not going to have much of an effect on this one to start the game. Good block there. Creates the little running lane. Thankfully, doesn't go for too many. But this is good offensive line play, this is. And again, your nose tackle ain't going to win every single battle that he's in. He is going to lose occasionally. I think it's the right guard and the centre. Look, there you go. Gaps there.
Kind of held a bit.
Yeah. I just think the college are a little bit less strict on it, though, aren't they, with holding? Okay. As I've said probably about 4 or 5 times already, McNeill going to engage with the centre, disengage at the right time, swallows the running back hole, and as a bonus reward, you get a bit of fisticuffs after as well. See there, he's got him swallowed up. Not the easiest angle to see from. So here you go. He'll engage with the centre. I think it's number 8 he gives it to. You just see him come in. There's a little block in his direction, but he's the one who makes the tackle. Successfully disengages from the centre again. So again, good hand usage. What you want to see, and you're seeing it on a consistent basis.
It's terrific two-gap technique. It really is.
It is. So, if anyone's going to want to run up the gut against us this year, they better have a damn good centre, because if not, then they're going to have McNeill waiting to, just absolutely destroy them. And that's really what I'm looking forward to seeing. He's going to bring so much to this Lions team. I just know he is. Third play, he's going to beat the centre again, but just unfortunately the running back's going to go in a different direction. Again, can't win them all, but watch his battle here. Straight past him, but the running back's gone in the other direction. But again, not for much of a gain, but just look at his explosion off the line. He just swats the centre aside. There you go. Swatted past. The running back goes in that direction, then he's losing several yards there.
Yeah, he's a threat all the time, isn't he?
It is. It's just freaky to see. And again, he's not collecting all the big numbers of stats, but he's doing so much in these plays. This is just going to be a quick release pass. Right guard's going to hold him up, but not much McNeill can do about this one. Just going to be a really quick pass again. Out it goes. There. Gone. Decent throw. He's not bad, this quarterback, is he? But yeah, right guard's just going to hold him up here. Not a great deal you can do about this. A lot of misdirection with this Liberty team. This running back goes all over the place trying to cause misdirection. Right, so this play... Oh, sorry, Steve.
Well, and once again, it's just like, if you have a look at the formation, it's like, there's 3-3-4 here, but there's not much pressure.
No.
So he's kind of doing, he's really up against it. He's kind of doing a lot on his own.
Again, yeah, like you said, this is caveated with it. They're getting no support. So these 5 O-linemen are focused on them, and it's always McNeill who gets the double team. Always, because they're that busily focused on him. Now here, you're going to see a really good play. Now, this is one of the few rare mistakes that he makes, but it's still a good play. So you're going to see him absolutely wreck the left guard, and he's going to flush Willis out the pocket, but he just slips at the crucial moment, and he misses out on a sack. But, things happen. But look at the strength. Left guard ruins him, gets round, and he sees slips, but he flushes Willis out the pocket. That's just unfortunate, but again, you're just wanting to see what he does on the offensive line. Just watch him wreck the left guard. And Willis gets flushed out the pocket here. He does everything he needs to, just a little slip. It's so unfortunate. But again, there's more good to see there than bad. That's just that's a mistake, and they happen.
The thing is here, he doesn't just beat the left guard, he's beating the centre as well. I think this is a double team and he beats both.
I don't know. I feel like he swats the centre aside quite early. I don't think they ever get to truly double team him.
I think he's just too quick for the centre.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just swats him. And that left guard's left on his own. There you go. Oh, yeah, you're right. Swats him aside, gets past the left guard. I mean, it's just terrific technique. The hands, the leverage. These are some of the most important things you need as a nose tackle.
If his cleats had dug in there, he would have pancaked Willis.
Yeah, exactly. But, even though he didn't, he still flushed him out the pocket and forced an incomplete play. So, that's what you want to see. Even if he's not getting there, you want to see him affecting the play. Right, so again, he's going to beat the left guard, but Willis is going to show his ability to escape a collapsing pocket here. McNeill does get unlucky again, so pass is not a great one, but you'll see. Left guard he's going to destroy, but Willis does well here. Look at that. Round the edge again. Outside. Willis sees the gap. He's gone. He tries a little pass. I'm not sure about that, but it's a very weird pass. But just look
That's
at
a
his,
Mahomesian type thing to try.
but look at him on the left guard. Out he goes. Ruins him. Gets past. And it's just unfortunate. Willis is, I think his stats, he's got 1,500 rushing yards or something. This is a guy who knows how to escape a pocket and rush. So
I mean, on that last play, the centre and the right guard just had nothing to do because there's just so little pressure coming other than McNeill. I mean, I'd be so frustrated if I was him playing with this defense.
And I think that's what he said in his interview. He says he's happy to be the guy who, he has to do a lot of the donkey work here to create opportunities for his teammates. But that's what he did with aplomb. So again, don't look at his stats. Watch his tape like we're doing, and you just see so much to like. So where are we here? Again, rinse and repeat. Engage center, disengage, take down running back. And again, just look at the ability of his tackling. In it goes. He's just not going anywhere. There's no, you've seen running backs who can wriggle through situations like this. They're going to run into him. Sorry, nowhere to go. Lane shut. They're just getting nothing up the gut. The centers can't contain him. His hand movement's that good. He just keeps getting the better of them. Are we on the next play now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Pages and pages and pages. All them spins out goes again. Right, so here we're just mainly looking at his effort. So he initially beats the double team. You'll see his strength beat the double team. Then when they are able to hold him up, you'll see the spin move out to try and go again to get to the quarterback. But the throw's gone by this point. But he's battling really hard to get there. He's just relentless. So you'll see the double team. You'll see him win it. They'll get a little bit back on him, but he'll spin out and he'll try and keep going. His spin move's really good. So he beats it. They hold him a little. Watch him spin out. Try and get there. Spin. Just he gets blocked. But it's just relentless pressure from him, and they're having to work so hard to try and contain him. Through he goes. Not quite getting there. Spins. Runs back into the center who's got there. But, for me, just seeing that relentless pressure from him is a good thing. So you can't fault him for it. So next one, you're going to see yet again another double team. You're going to see by the center and the left guard, but you're going to see him fight his way through it. Now his teammate's going to make the tackle here, but if he hadn't, McNeill would. So he's going to fight his way through the tackle and be in a position to make the tackle if he needs to, although he doesn't end up making it, but you just want to see on show. So you'll see him beat the double team. It's one gets through the middle, tackles there, but if it's not made, he's right at the scene of the action and he'll make the tackle if not been. That's after getting double teamed. Looks like they've got him initially, but he just bursts through the middle of them. There you go. Bursts through. He's right there. Guy's just a monster and he's everywhere along this line, helping out where he needs to. Here, this is just double team by the center and right guard. Throw outs quick. Nothing he can really do here. But again, just look at the amount of attention they're focusing on him. Every single play, they're the first guy they go to double team. I mean, I've not really seen someone double team this much at a college level before. And even then, the throw's really quick out. So even if he did get pressure, he's not going to get to him. But, it is what it is. Same again. Center, right guard. Throws incomplete, and there's a lot of flags on this play. Like 3 of them, and they're thrown right accurately. They're like dropping a little triangle. You see it?
Yeah.
It's very accurate flag throwing, but again, it's double team, double team, double team. They've seen how much problems he's causing, so they are actually dedicating. It's not just a little shove anymore. It's two guys dedicated to stopping him. Where are we going? So right, this play you're going to see him manhandle the right guard. He's going to beat him back with pure strength. I think the right guard, it's very questionable how he's holding him here. I think it's a foul, but the runner goes the other way anyhow. But again, you're just going to see his pure strength on show. You see how he's holding him there?
Yeah, it's definitely foul.
That's very questionable, and it's not called, but he'll beat the right guard, and the right guard has to resort to holding him back.
He's got him in an arm bar.
Exactly. It's very dirty. This is the level they're having to go to contain him. You're seeing the double teams. You're seeing the illegal plays there. But this is just what he does. You know, they're having to put that much into him, and it just makes me like McNeill more and more and more. Right, so here, this next play, we're going to see, again, his disruption skills. He's going to get heavily double-teamed by the centre and the right guard. He's going to break free, and he's going to block the running back's initial route, and he's going to force him out wide, and he's going to get a little contact with him. He's not going to get to him, but like I say, he has to break through a double team. He blocks the running back's route, and he nearly gets him as well. You just see his hand stick out there. Can't quite get him, but you'll see from the other view as he comes. Watch him beat the double team and shut down the running lane, the initial one. And yet he still almost manages to get him. Double team, there, you see him appear in that little gap. He goes even further out wide and still nearly gets him. I mean, the man's just causing havoc on that line.
He just seems to slip and slide off his blocks.
Yeah, and for a 320-pound guy, that running back changes. You barely see the point where he blocks the first run off, and he's on the outside, and he's still out there after him. I mean, it's just sensational.
Yeah.
If he's got good teammates with him, then he's absolutely going to thrive because they're going to love how he disrupts this line and gives them so much to work with. They really are.
Just to say, this is a sort of defensive formation I expect to see us in quite a bit. So I just thought it would be notable to mention that before you tell us what's actually going to happen. It's a 3-3-5, but all 6 guys up front are in the box threatening blitz, and they're probably going to bring 5 or bring 3.
Do you want to just play them without me saying what happened?
No, you go for it.
All right. So you're going to see him break through the center and the left guard, but the runner's going to take a wide lane, so he's not going to get it in. But again, just look at McNeill in the offensive line and what he's doing. If you can't see him affect plays, just see what he's indirectly affecting. Look at that, how he gets through. Gets on the outside, but the running back's gone out wide.
Really good play by the running back as well. To shift off the block.
It is.
To tackle it.
I mean, just look. Yeah, but just look from this angle. McNeill's strength with the offensive line again. He just bullies his way through. Gets on the outside. It's just the ability to get on the outside of guys. He uses his hands so well to leverage himself to the outside.
I think you can see just from the tape we're watching, you can see like why the Eagles were so disappointed, because I think the Eagles tried to trade back and they obviously thought McNeill was going to still be on the board. But I remember there was that shot of like the Eagles war room when they were all kind of like glaring at each other and muttering, and like it was reported that was because they were after McNeill and they were gutted when the Lions got him.
Exactly, and I know we were all a bit auspicious on draft night when we're like, really tackle, but because you didn't really expect him to go that big. But the more you watch these guys, the more you think, wow, did we do well with these? And I mean, McNeill, it's not taken me very long at all to absolutely love the hell out of him, and I think he's going to have a hell of a year. But we'll move on. So where was I? Center there. Right. So again, center's going to hold him up here, but again, it looks like he's holding him from behind. It looks like they're trying cheap ways to try and stop him from getting through, but the runner's going to go wide again. They're just not interested in running down the gut at the minute. They'll go out wide, but watch the center again, for me, illegally hold him a bit. See there, he's holding him. He's got his hands on his neck, but they just do not want to go down the middle whatsoever. I mean, the centre actually does an okay job holding him up here, but as I say, it's pretty illegal for me. You see him there, he's holding him as they go, but he's gone out wide anyhow. Right, now this again is a subjective one, so if you just stop it briefly before I go in. So this, Willis is going to throw a pick here. Now, he's going to get double team McNeill is now what I said earlier about how when McNeill can't affect, if he knows he can't get to the quarterback, his second sort of thing he does is he looks where the quarterback's going, where he's looking, and he reads it, and he tries to insert himself in the passing corridor. Now here, you'll find him, he'll get double teamed, and he's not going to get to the quarterback. So he leverages his way into the pass lane. You'll see him watching Willis, and he'll leverage his way out to the pass lane. He gets his hand up, and he nearly gets this pass. Now Willis ends up overthrowing this, and it's picked. Now I think it's because McNeill's there, and he's getting his hand up, and he's trying to clear it, and he throws it a little bit. Again, this is a subjective opinion, and you can totally disagree with me, and I'll get it. I mean, at the very least, he's inserted himself in the pass lane and made the throw harder, because it's not the hardest throw, but he ends up overthrowing it. So roll it through. So he'll get double teamed. You'll see him watching. He's watching. He leverages into that pass lane, gets his hand up. That throw goes way long and gets picked. Now, if you watch it from another view, like I said, at the very least, he's tried to get in the way of that passing lane. It's good that he's looking at things like this, because he's not getting to the quarterback. So yeah, double team, not getting there. Look at him looking at Willis, gets across, hands up, that throws too far. I think he's trying to clear McNeill there, but again, that's subjective. I'm not saying that's actually happened, but the bare minimum, McNeill's trying to get in the way. That's what he does. He doesn't give up on a play, I think is what I'm saying here, because he could easily give up when he's double teamed here, but he's not. He's trying to get in the way of that pass, because you'll see him staring Willis down, and Willis is on one read here and one read only.
You'll see as well when the play runs through that actually I think this interception is going to get chalked off, because 10, the deep safety here, is going to absolutely flatten the receiver trying to get it, and I think it's going to be pinged for unnecessary roughness, probably. You'll see a flag come in, but McNeill definitely affects this play, for sure.
Yeah. Like I say, at the bare minimum, it's just he's trying to find ways to always get involved. So the double team's really good. Look at him. Willis ain't changing from his read, and he tries to get in the way of that pass. And I think he has to lob it a bit higher to clear that hand, because if it goes lower, McNeill picks that, or at least breaks it up.
I think this could be targeting. I think 10 could get ejected here. Just watch this. I know that we're looking at McNeill, but he fully, absolutely smashes into his head. Sorry, I just saw that was notable.
Well, the receiver is left on the ground there, isn't he?
Anyway.
I don't know. What do you think there, Steve? Am I being a bit too optimistic, or?
You'd need to run it back. It's hard to see because the players kind of came together and there was just a bit of a bundle. Let's have a look.
So again, yeah, look at the double team. He's watching Willis. Willis is looking one way. He leverages himself into that pass lane, gets his hand up. If that pass is thrown much lower,
yeah,
he's taken his head
we're
off.
all watching this.
Yeah,
we're all watching the same.
I saw it more clearly then. Ouch! That was a detonation.
That's like an Andre Cisco style aggression play. Anyway.
Yeah. So here, centre actually does well for a change, holds him up well, and it's a completed pass. I mean, he does get him back in the backfield a bit, but for the most part, he holds up his end.
Against a player like McNeill, that's the best you've got going to hope for, I think.
Yeah, he does get a little push from the right guard as well, which takes him out of the passing lane. But and again, another example here: double team, right guard's going to come in and clear him out the running lane, so the runner can go through. not much of a big play there. But you'll see here, they're having to double team again. You'll just see him come and lever him out. Just make a bit of room for him there so he's not involved in the play. And just look how much attention they're focusing on him. It's a hell of a lot. Right, so here he's going to fight through another double team. The right guard and the centre are going to gang up on him. He's going to fight through it, but he can't stop the throw. But again, you're looking at the strength on show, and you're looking at another very questionable tackle on the receiver who's on the end of it.
God, he's such a nuisance. Oh.
It's a very question, but there's no flags for this play.
I don't think there's anything else the safety can do there. I don't think that's his fault.
No, but I mean, look at McNeill.
McNeill is such a problem.
He beats that double team and puts a little bit of pressure on, but these receivers are taking a little bit of a beating.
That's another total wipeout.
Yeah, but again,
the difference is with the previous one is like, especially with college, where the play is dead once the ball is caught. If you're on the floor, there's no point in trying to make a sort of hit. But on the previous play, I think there's no other way you can play it. You potentially you're yeah.
We know that zebras don't like lions, but zebras don't seem to like liberty either.
Right, you can play straight through this one. This is another double team, and he gets cleared out the running lane again.
Is that a quarterback run?
Yeah.
It was.
But you'll see the right guard just push him out the way. There you go. And I mean, the right tackle by proxy is also sort of hemming him in with the other defensive tackle. So they've just proper shut him down there. But again, all the attention they're having to put on him. So here you're going to see him battle really hard. He's going to push back the right guard, and you're going to see his spin move again. He spins out to beat him, but unfortunately the throw's gone. But it's good that he's got the spin move in his arsenal as well. He does it really well. Right guard, there we go. Spins out. Another second, he may have got an effort at going to the quarterback, but I just like seeing the big man do the spin move out there. It is quite nice. Again, just relentlessly trying to get to the quarterback. He's not just trying to bully his way through with strength. He's trying to be clever about it as well.
Was it Luke G who said that Alim McNeill could go in for the figure skating? Because
yeah, I think that spin move that's a lovely little spin move. Like, you're going to see an even better one later. He's not done his best one yet. Oh, hang on, where have I got to? Spin move. Right. So again, this may be another one of my subjective opinions. So you're going to see him get dealt with by the left guard. He's not going to get anything against him. So again, this is another example. He's going to separate from him, and he's going to look at Willis. He's going to look at his read. He knows he can't rush the quarterback, so he's spying where Willis is looking, and he gets in the passing corridor. You'll see Willis hesitate, and he's got to move to his second read, because if he tries to get through, McNeill could pick him. So you might want to play this one a bit slower. It's up to you, but you'll see him. He'll engage with the left guard. But because he knows he can't get there, immediately he's thinking, how do I have an effect on this play? Look at that. Hesitates, has to get out. I know he's getting rushed as well, but McNeill's in the passing. He's in the passing lane.
Oof. Oh, McNeill's taking a big hit there.
Where are we? So this is the right play, isn't it? The spin play. Yeah. So he gets dealt with by the left guard, but you'll see him watch Willis and watch him move into his passing lane. So he has to go elsewhere. These are just the little things about him which I enjoy. So he's stopped, he's watching, he's getting in that passing lane. And because there's so many guys there, he won't throw it. And he goes on a run instead. I mean, in fairness, it's a good run. But if you can see what I see there, that's he's trying to find ways to affect the play. And he's done that there. You can't get to him, so
it's football IQ, isn't it?
It is. He's very clever. He knows when a situation's lost, and then he goes to his backup. So that's great from him.
Willis needs to learn to slide better. Otherwise, he's going to be absolutely brittle in the NFL.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He's not got the frame to withstand really big hits, does he? Right. This play, he's going to bully the absolute hell out of the centre again. Unfortunately for him, he goes left, trying to get round him. The running back goes right of centre, but again, he does his job. He's creating disruption in that line. Look at him, bullies him outside. Just a running back goes the other way, and he's brought down pretty quick. That's because there's a massive gap in the line that McNeill's created. Out he goes. That's just unlucky, but again, it's a great show of strength. That centre, just like the Miami one, they just can't deal with him. He's relentless. This one, I mean, here you see a bit of his leadership side. You've not seen it too much so far, but you can see him barking out orders to all the other guys there, telling them what they need to do. But Willis is going to do a run out wide, and he's not going to really affect the play too much. But you do want to see that leadership from him as well. I mean, again, doesn't slide, takes a hit, takes a second hit. But look, you see him here. He's barking around. This is, you want to see that leadership ability from him as well, letting everyone know what they need to do. It's double teamed again. Can't do much, but, Willis is a really fast guy. As Steve says, he really needs to learn when to slide.
But this is a guy who averaged almost 7 yards a carry as a quarterback last year. And was it 1,000 yards or close to 1,000 yards? So he's the biggest threat on the team by far.
Yeah, and you've not really seen him pull off much in the way of running here. He's done some, but he's not gained a lot of yardage.
No. He needs to start taking. He needs to average 6 yards instead of 7, but protect himself.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah, probably. Right, we're getting towards the end now because I've not done this entire tape, but
we'll finish it when we get to the end of your notes because we've overrun by quite a way.
Oh, okay. Right, so here O-line's going to do a good job. Left guard and centre are going to double team McNeill, whilst the right guard and the centre are going to create a running lane for Willis. Design quarterback, well, not design quarterback run, but you see the gap they've created there because they've got McNeill hung up on the right-hand side.
That was better for Willis.
Was.
McNeill still does really well.
And you know what? I've got 3 plays left, but I'm going to end it with this next one because this is the beautiful little spin move he puts on the left guard here so he can go and put pressure on the QB. Really is a thing of beauty from a guy like him. I reckon he could be an ice skater, There you go. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is.
That's on a dime.
I feel like that's a good place to end the thing. Just look at the spin move. Big man's got it in his arsenal. He goes up and it just twirls away. A ballerina couldn't do a better twirl than this. I mean, you can't deal with him. Raw strength, leverage, spin moves. He's got everything. Look. Yeah. Look at that beauty. And he gets pressure on the quarterback. Again, if Willis has to go to a second read, he's getting flattened.
Just slow this.
Yeah, let's just look at that. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it?
It's good.
That there is one of the best spin moves you'll ever see from a 320-pound guy.
So, okay, then, Ant, I've got 2 or 3 questions for you. Let me put these to you.
Aww.
So, first of all, I mean, he's playing nose, one technique. With his first step and his speed and athleticism, do you think he's going to end up playing maybe 3 technique?
Well, I think he's probably going to have to, given if we're going to drop into the sub packages and play a 4-man front. I think he's capable of it. I mean, we saw it earlier, but I think it's going to require the guys on the line to do schematically. They're going to have to scheme for it, I reckon, because earlier the right guys were taken out by the other guys on there to allow him to. But I think he can. I think you've seen there, he's got the agility. He's got the hand movement to be able to do it. He's got the short speed to be able to do it. So I think we'll see him in both packages, but I think we'll see his best work in the 3 at nose. But yeah, I'd be quite happy to see him there based on what I've seen.
And do you think that actually his biggest, his biggest advantage of having him in the lineup isn't what he can do? Because I mean, he's going to be coming up against some, very, very high quality centers. But do you think that his disruption inside is actually going to benefit our ends and our 5 technique players coming in rather than necessarily production from the inside?
See, I think the big thing he's going to have with it, and you don't see it with the Wolfpack because they don't bring the pressure. They don't bring really many blitzers on. But I think you're going to see him create running lanes for our linebackers. Guys like Derek Barnes, etc., the ones who are lightning quick. I think you're going to see him. The leverage he creates, the double teams he gets, he creates corridors, and you don't see it too much in the tape we've seen. But like I say, North Carolina State don't do that. They don't blitz. We've got the guys to be able to take advantage of that. You're not going to see him get many sacks, etc. But you've got to watch the tape closely. He's going to benefit everyone around him. Guys like Levi and that we're going to see later, but he requires a lot of attention. Brockers requires a lot of attention. But if you're double teaming Alim, you're automatically creating mismatches there, and that's what Dan Campbell loves to do. And I think that's why he's specifically gone for Alim McNeill, because he's that good, and the amount of attention he takes, I think you're going to see him influence the game a lot.
And my last question then is, in terms of if we're, I think Aaron Glenn's kind of indicated we're going to be playing a lot of 3-4 with, Brockers, Onwuzurike, Deshaun Hand maybe back to health, Trey Flowers coming back in. Where do you see McNeill fitting in terms of that lineup?
I think he's starting nose tackle for me. I think, the only other real nose we've got at the minute is Penasini. And I like Penasini. We all do. But he's obviously a rotational guy who's going to play to start with. But I'm not playing Levi there. I know he plays there at Washington, and I know we'll see it on tape later. But I'm playing him at nose tackle. He's a thoroughbred. You've seen there. He's got every attribute you need. Yes, he needs polishing, which is why he went in the third. Some of his decision-making could maybe improve a little bit in terms of getting more end results and getting some more stats on the sheet. But I think if you're playing a 3, you're playing a dedicated nose. And when you've drafted a dedicated nose, you play him there. I think this year is about developing the rookies. And I think you just, providing he earns it, like I said, with all of them, providing they work hard in camp and they earn the opportunity. If McNeill does well and does everything as I've asked of him, he should be the starting nose tackle, and he should see a lot of the snaps, because we're going to be coming up with heavy teams this year. The Ravens, the 49ers, the Cardinals, the Browns. We need someone in there who's going to help us defend against the run, and you've seen the teams just didn't run down the middle against him because of how he tackles. They don't get past him. He shuts down running lanes. He causes hell in the offensive lines. So for me, he's a bona fide starter, providing he earns it in camp.
So just to finish off the video, maybe we can go through something either that we've learned or a particular strength of his that we kind of think shows up on tape, or maybe something that he can work on through camp. I think something to work on is really hard, just because for me, I was thinking, well, the standard stuff is, well, if you can 2-gap, can you 1-gap, or vice versa. But one of the strengths that I picked out really is that he's adept at doing both. He's very natural at penetrating through as a 1-gap guy and just beating a guy trying to hit the quarterback in a pass rush sense, but then to hold on his block, be able to kind of take both gaps either side of whoever he's up against. He's very adept to that too. So I'm struggling for something that he can improve on, really. I'm not a D-line expert, so if you guys notice anything you think, well, maybe you could do a little bit better at that.
I think you've seen all the raw tools there. You've seen he's got the leverage, he's got the hands, he's got the strength. I think the right guy is just going to teach him how to utilize them a bit better, because you see a lot of times when he's so close to breaking up a play, but he's not quite there. Is there any way in which he could just gain that split second, maybe just...
So just by maybe improved pass rush technique, maybe?
Yeah, maybe improving his repertoire of, hand moves, just, finding that little extra edge to get that little, split second advantage. Because you saw so many times when he nearly broke up a pass, when he nearly got a sack, he causes all the disruption, but he just needs to shave a little bit of time off that to start getting the sacks, the interceptions, etc. But that's not me having a go at him.
No.
For a 3rd round pick, it's a hella good thing to have.
Yeah,
I think Sorry, go on, Steve.
I completely agree. I think Ant's nailed it, and I think it's all about the hands, because I know that when we drafted him, there was like a bit of people sort of chipping about, he's got short arms, and maybe he doesn't use his hands, because he's dominating a lot of players in college because of his physicality and his size. But let's remember, in the NFL, he's going to come across some absolute beasts, and in our first 4 or 5 games as well, he's going to be up against 340-pound guys. So he's got the leverage, but against those bigger guys, he's going to refine his technique. So I think if he can improve his hands, he's already got the raw athleticism. I think that's probably where he needs to develop over, and he's not going to do that in the first 3 or 4 games. That's going to take 1, maybe 2 seasons, and that's why I thought, well, maybe you'll play nose for the next season and a half, but maybe you'll graduate to more like a kind of 3 technique role.
I think that's the thing. For me, I want to see us do what North Carolina State didn't do and help him with blitzers. I think he's going to create opportunities for blitzers to come in and pick up the remains of a play. And I'd like to see us do that. I'd like to see Derek Barnes in there, Beckett if we sign him, whoever's going in there. I think there's a great opportunity to be able to do so. And he's working it. I mean, depending on who we put out there, I mean, we've got Brockers who's going to take attention, obviously, because he's a senior guy there. If you've got guys like Trey Flowers, outside linebacker coming in on the pressure, they're going to have to focus on someone. And if they leave Alim one-on-one with people, we've seen there one-on-one, God, he's a monster. Yeah. And if they focus on Alim, then Brockers is going to have one man on him, or Flowers is going to have one man on him. These are the mismatches Dan Campbell talks about creating, and put Levi in there as well. Levi is a disruptor. He's an actual physical disruptor. He's more disruptive than McNeill is, but McNeill, as you've seen, he causes havoc.
Yeah, and maybe actually the most important people in terms of like making this happen. You've got the defensive line coach Todd Wash. Obviously, Aaron Glenn, Dom Capers. When you've got this kind of raw talent, it's about seeing how they develop. And we've just not seen any real, maybe Aquara apart. We've not really seen that development and that progression with some of our rookies. So, I guess there's a lot on Todd Wash and Aaron Glenn. There's a lot of pressure on them to get these guys to come through and really start to produce.
Yeah. Exactly. And I think they're going to love him because a pure nose tackle is invaluable. If you get a good level, I mean, look at Green Bay. Kenny Clark, and I've said McNeill could be our next Kenny Clark, but Kenny Clark has had no help at defensive tackle for years. That's somewhere the Packers have always been weak, yet he makes plays happen. He's a guy who, he's fucking huge for one, but he makes so much happen there as a pure nose, even if he's not getting the help. That's how valuable they are to you. And if we can even get him to even say 3/4 of the level Kenny Clark's at, we've got a hell of a player on our hands who's going to be absolutely. And we've got the defensive tackles to go with him, which is something that Kenny Clark hasn't had as much.
Yeah.
And in terms of development as well, in camp, he's going to be going up against one of the best centers in the league. So,
exactly.
That's really going to help too. Right, should we bring this to a close?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good stuff, boys.
All right, thank you so much for watching. If you're watching live or if you're watching it on the replay, don't forget to smash that like button. We really appreciate the second that takes for you guys. It's going to help us in the algorithm. Subscribe, hit the bell. You guys on Twitch as well, appreciate you. I'm Matty Turner for Steve, and we'll see you again at 6 for Levi Onzarike's tape breakdown. But for now, let's go Lions, one pride.
One pride.